Alright, got the face of the motor off. Now you can see the timing chain and shit. See how slacked out this thing is. Oh shit. Retard mode. You hear the fuel pump whistling. Woo! There we go. That's slack right there. I'll move to one side. Yeah. There we go. There's more slack right there. Yeah, I'd say the chain's dead. So this is the teeth right here saying they have nylon coating around them. There's no nylon left. It's all fucking down in the pan. Alright. Unfortunately, since YouTube's an asshole and they took away their fucking video editor, I can't show you this whole engine disassembly. What I originally did was I took probably about 8 videos of this engine getting completely torn apart from beginning to end. And what I would do is I'd roll the camera, take the intake off, hit stop, then I hit play again, and I'd zoom in and show you what the intake looked like, and so forth. Then I put the camera back on the tripod and roll it while we take the cylinder heads off. And what I was going to do was I was just going to speed up and time-lapse the engine getting disassembled, and I'd explain it to you guys in increments in between time-lapses. But since my phone doesn't have enough fucking memory on it, I can't use that video editor and splice all that shit together for you guys. And since YouTube's a cocksucker, fuck you YouTube, and they took away video editor, I can't join all the clips together. So what I've done for you is I saved the best clip, which you just saw was the timing chain, trying to jump over, trying to skip timing. And that's all I'm going to be able to join onto this video, and I got to keep this one short too, so I have enough time to edit that one to this one. So anyway, aside from that bullshit, here's the 307. It's all torn down. I'm going to go through the highlights with you. It's not nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be. There's a lot less sludge in this engine than I thought there was. I will say the consumption that was of oil that this engine was using, it was using about 100, every 100 miles there would be a quart that would need to be added. And I don't think this thing was burning as much oil because of dead piston rings. The rings aren't that bad. I think the PCV valve wasn't working properly. I did change the PCV valve when I bought the car, but I never checked to see if it had vacuum. But the piston rings aren't that bad. They're free, they're loose, they're not crimped tight, like, you know what I mean? The rings aren't the problem. Yeah, there's a lot of carbon on top. I mean, this shit is thick. The rod bearings, I've seen better days, but they're worn, but they've got typical wear on them for their age and lack of maintenance. They're not the worst rods I've ever seen, you know what I mean? And the cylinder walls are made out of glass, so the rings really weren't getting that tight of a seal. This is the fucker of them all right here. I'll show you against a white fender. Let's see, fucking GM with their fucking nylon coating. Well, Chrysler did it too, and I think Ford did too. But there's your nylon. You can see where nylon's missing. Oh, look at that. That's how it's supposed to look. Real nice, huh? It's my theory, I think this shit's designed to obsolescence. Because it's apparent you really can't blow these motors up, even if you fucking do run the shit out of them with no oil in them. They'll just keep charging on. This right here will kill a motor. This is the only thing. It's like they're like, well, fuck it, this car's gotta die sooner or later, so we gotta fucking design something to make it die. But why they use nylon coated gears is beyond me. I don't know the explanation for it. Maybe they had some old lady fucking back in the 60s complain, my engine sounds like it has marbles in it. But I highly doubt it. Timing chains don't make that much noise. This is designed to fail. I mean, I could break this shit off by hand. Maybe not on camera, especially with these gloves, but I did break a piece of it off that I have laying over here. Great, just hit the ground. There it is. But I'm going to take us off the tripod here in a second. Oh, one other thing I wanted to show you while I got gloves on. Main bearings. They're not bad. They're not bitched or scored up real bad, so the bottom end of this engine was pretty healthy. Surprisingly enough. And the way my dad beat the shit out of this engine when he drove, I shit you not, he'd do anything between 75 and 95 on the highway with this thing. And it's so underpowered, he'd just be pushing it to get there. Or hold it at that speed. Once again, I apologize, I can't show you guys the whole long video of this engine getting torn apart. I don't know why I put the head bolts back on. Just scrape that carbon off. Alright, let's zoom in on this shit, shall we? Alright, we're back. Let's see what's going on here. There's not too much fucking sludge in this engine. It's a roller cam engine, so it has this retainer here that you gotta unbolt to slide the cam out. I only pulled one piston, that's all I really needed to see. I wasn't going to waste my time pulling all the pistons out of this thing. The lifters were stuck in there. I couldn't get them out. It took me an hour to get all 16 of them out with a pair of vice grips. Which, obviously, you're not supposed to do if you're going to reuse them, but I don't give a shit. This is never getting run again. But it just goes to show, this motor specifically, it's so fucking underpowered. And it's rated at like 140 horse. This thing's so underpowered, if they didn't design that stupid ass cam gear to be like it is, this engine doesn't have enough power to blow itself. I don't think you can throw a rod in this engine. I'm not saying you can't, but I don't think you can. I mean, I've tried revving this thing up hard in neutral before, and it just won't climb over like 4,300 RPMs. So, I should take the oil pickup off. I guarantee there's a bunch of nylon stuck in that screen. The heads are back there. All the exhaust valves are fucking white. They must have got real hot. But, yeah, if you don't, fucking change your oil in your cars if you don't do it, because you don't need your shit looking like this. It's just idiocy. There's the valley pan, the intake, flywheel, oil pan, obviously. Not much more to talk about. I did crack the date code on this thing. I think it was September or October the 16th. I can't remember which month it was. It was one of the two. But, these pistons are a lot smaller than a 350. Also, I think these are 3 3/4. I think the 350 was around 4 inches. But I know a few of you guys wanted to see this engine torn apart, so I did what I could. And I'm sorry, fucking YouTube. Everybody get together and sign a petition on that fucking site. We want the goddamn editor back. Because I don't have all the fucking hours of the day to make all these sophisticated, fancy videos and get a real camera and get on my computer and edit this shit for fucking hours. So all I got time to do is whip out my phone, fucking take a video, and post it. And I want an easy way to fucking splice fucking films together. Christ. Alright. Moral of the story is, this engine deserves an award. It wasn't maintained, it was beat on, and it never gave up the ghost. That's a piece of shit, and the car companies need slapped upside the heads for inventing that shit. And, yeah, fuck you, and fuck you, YouTube, and Mint. I bet you I could put this thing back together just loosely, and I bet you it would still fucking run for a couple minutes. Alright, I gotta let you guys go. Let me know what you think. I'll see you next video.